Grayson County. The color guard is marching its way on the field. National anthem set to be played in just a moment from now. Just want to remind you, the coach's interview tonight was presented by Aunt Bees. Aunt Bees has 5 locations to serve you in Galax, Hillsville, and Independence, Virginia, along with Mount Airy and Pilot Mountain in North Carolina. Aunt Bees has been in business for 33 years, made to order fast. We'll come back with the opponent preview right after this on the Maroon Tide Sports Network. Matt Present back with you here from Grayson County High School at Brostrong Field, getting you set for Galax and Grayson County, final game of the regular season. And it's time for the opponent preview. And as we touched on in the open, Grayson County, while they have underperformed this year as compared to last year when these two teams faced off to end the regular season a year ago, Grayson County and Galax were each 8-1. This season, Grayson County 3-6 and 2-1 in conference play. They've switched things up, gone very run-heavy. Holden Castle, who's their quarterback, he's attempted 80 passes on the season, will line up today in the backfield. Chase Pope will start at quarterback. Pope has a rushing touchdown, a receiving touchdown, and a passing touchdown this season, and they'll be anchored in the backfield by Dawson Allen, a senior who's rushed for 451 yards and 3 touchdowns on the season. The status of running back Devin Poe is a game-time decision. He missed last week's meeting against George Wythe, a 56-27 loss for the Blue Devils. Captains are making their way out to midfield, getting set for the coin toss here tonight. And it's also now time for the injury report, brought to you by Twin County Regional Healthcare. At Twin County Regional Healthcare, they go the extra mile in providing excellent cardiac rehabilitation care. Cardiac rehabilitation is a medically supervised program designed to help patients recover quickly and safely after a cardiac event. The goal is to help patients return to an optimal quality of life with improved heart health. To find out more information, call Director Karen Burris at 276-236-1763. That's 276-236-1763. The injury report features only one name, but unfortunately for the Maroon Tide, it is a serious injury. Isaac Hawks with a knee injury is out for the season. Hawks not only an anchor on the offensive line, but also a big run stopper on defense. The 5'10 senior entered play today with 6 sacks and 17 tackles for loss. He's out for the season. And head coach Mark Dixon saying that as much as it's a big loss, not having a game last week was critical for the Galax offense, because as a result they were able to game plan and work in a new offensive lineman in Hawks' spot, and that will be Josh Brown, the 6'3 junior. He'll start on the line for the Maroon Tide tonight. Captain shaking hands at midfield. We're nearing in on the opening kickoff here tonight. Matt Present with you here on the Maroon Tide Sports Network. We'll come back with the Galax starting lineup right after this. You're listening to Galax Football on WCGX The Cat. was the toss? Okay, thank you. Tough to read and watch.
It's time to welcome your Grayson County Blue Devils.
Almost time for kickoff here at Grayson County High School, and the Blue Devils have won the toss. They've elected to receive the opening kickoff, so Eduardo Ortiz and the Maroon Tide will kick it away. 30 degrees here at kickoff time. Galax in their visiting white uniforms, and the Blue Devils in their navy blue and gold. Kicking off from right to left is Ortiz. Ball in the air. It's an end-over-end kick to the near sideline, and it's taken in between the sideline at the hash by Caden Peoples, running up against the 15 across the 20, and he's taken down just shy of the 25-yard line, and that's where the Blue Devils will start on offense. Again, Grayson County at 3-6 this season, 1-2 in Mountain Empire play, and they've become a team that down the stretch this season has abandoned the run, or rather abandoned the pass. They've gone run heavy and did not even list a wide receiver in their starting lineup today. Chase Pope, the senior, will start at quarterback. We mentioned Holden Castle. The offensive line features Boyer Weatherman, Garrett Caldwell, Dakota Cornett, Devonta Cox, and Grayson Osborne. Heavy formation. 3 running backs in the backfield, and they turn and they give it off, and it is Castle running outside, and it's a misdirection play actually, and it's Dawson Allen who kept it to the left, and he got 2 yards, and that's the most challenging part here, not only for the Galax defense, but for me in terms of calling this game, and for all the spectators involved. So much misdirection in this heavy formation. Tough to tell who has the ball oftentimes, and it's Allen the opening carry. He got 3, bringing up 2nd down and 7. Ball in between the hashes with Chase Pope, the senior, under center, and 3 backs in the backfield. Allen in the middle of the 3, and the give is to Castle running inside right, and he's taken down after a short gain. He's up across the 30 and out to the 31-yard line. Another gain of about 3, and it brings up 3rd and manageable. It looks like it'll be about 3rd and 4 on the play. Matt Present with you here on the Maroon Tide Sports Network. Glad you could join us here for the final game of the regular season. And with a win, Galax will punch a ticket to the playoffs and lock up the #1 seed in the region, which comes with home field advantage up until the state semis. 3rd down and 4 for the Blue Devils as they move from left to right. Pope under center. He takes and he turns and he gives to Hassel. And Hassel is taken down a short gain. It will come up short of the 1st down right up the middle. And that will bring up 4th down and 2. Pope comes to the near sideline, gets the play call from Brett McPherson, the head coach of this Blue Devils team. And it looks like they're lining up to go for it here on 4th and short. We talked about the front 4 for Galax all season again today without Isaac Hawks, the senior, out for the season with a knee injury, but Lee Peoples, Daniel McKinney, Riley Jovan, and Josh Brown, a very solid front 4, and they'll look to get the stop here on 4th, and they'll call it 3. Pope takes, giving to Castle running left. He stopped short, and right at the line of scrimmage met and taken down, and Galax defense forces a turnover on downs, 4 and out on the opening series. So Galax wasting no time, making the stop on D, getting the football back for their offense. And they will come out with an offense that has been very explosive this season. They've outscored opponents, as you heard on the pregame show, 152-28 over the course of their last 3 games. It's been a spread offense, and Cole Pickett, as a junior, has just about mastered it. He's in a pistol set with Brown the tailback, and the give is to Brown. He's running left, bounces off a tackler, and tumbles forward to about the 31-yard line. And that will be a gain of 3 on first down. Denver Brown, the senior running back, 6 feet, 200 pounds, coming off a great game a week ago. It was a victory over Auburn actually 2 weeks ago prior to the off week. 55-14 was the final, and Denver Brown rushed for 253 yards and 4 touchdowns on 19 carries. Brown the tailback here on 2nd down and 6. Ball on the left hash. 2 wide far side, 1 in the near. The give is to Brown running inside right tackle, and he's dragging a defender forward. He's near the first down marker, and he may in fact have it. He was contacted just beyond the line of scrimmage, and he was able to power his way forward, and it looks like it will be enough to move the chains. And there's the referee's signal, first down for the Maroon Tide. So after a 4-and-out defensively, Galax with a couple of running plays to Denver Brown, and they're able to move the sticks. And they're knocking on the door of the red zone just with a minute and a half gone by here in the opening quarter. Whistles blow prior to the snap now.
We have an official timeout.
And the umpire and the head referee are conferring now. Might have to do with a substitution for the Blue Devils as they run a man onto the field late. Pickett is in the pistol. Brown behind him, 2 wide far side, 1 to the near. The turn and the throw out to the far side. Catch is made. That's Beeman. And he cuts it upfield. Has some running room inside the 5. Dives over a defender. He's in for the touchdown. Keaton Beeman, a catch and run of 24 yards. And Galax takes a 6-0 lead with 8 minutes and 29 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Great elusiveness on the outside. Just a little swing pass from the slot receiver. And now Ortiz on for the point after. What an ideal start for the Maroon Tide. A turnover on downs, and 3 plays later a touchdown. The point after attempt is up, and it is through. 7-0 Maroon Tide on top with 8 minutes and 29 seconds to play opening quarter. So for Beeman, that is his 2nd receiving touchdown of the season. He also has a pair on the ground. Beeman entered play today with 199 rushing yards, 164 through the air, and give him 24 more as he knocks on the door, breaks through, topples over a defender into the end zone, and Galax ahead 7-0 early into the opening quarter. Galax this season outscoring opponents on average 45-17 and outgaining them 453 yards to 228. That time given a short field and didn't waste much time getting into the end zone. So Ortiz will kick off once again. Back to receive is Caden Peoples. Ball teed up along the near hash at the 40. Galax will kick off from right to left. Ortiz the run up, stutter step, and the boot. Side spiraling towards the near sideline, caught by Peoples at the 10. He's across the 15-20, angling near side across the 25 out to the 30, and tackled out of bounds at approximately the 33-yard line. And so similar field position for the Blue Devils to where they started their opening possession, which went as a 4-and-out. We'll see if anything changes at quarterback. It looks like Chase Pope will remain in there. Pope, 20 receptions on the season as a wide receiver where he began the year. But over the last couple of games, he's seen more and more time under center. Pope with the offense huddled up at his own 25-yard line. Ball spotted at the 33 with the Blue Devils moving left to right with 8 minutes and 24 seconds in the opening quarter. Again, when these two teams met a year ago, they were both among the tops in all of Division I football, or Division 1A here in the state of Virginia. But a down season this year for Grayson County has them at just 3-6 on the year. 3 running backs in the backfield. The turn and the give is to Peoples, and he is stacked up and wrestled down behind the line of scrimmage. So Caden Peoples getting in on the action in the backfield. He's joined there by Dawson Allen and Holden Castle. And a one-dimensional offense that's yet to really get going so far for Grayson County. 5 plays, and they've really only gotten a good gain on one of them, that opening carry that was Holden Castle in the misdirection to the left. 7:50 to play opening quarter. Blue Devils with it, ball in between the hashes, center of the field as they move from left to right. 7-0 Maroon Tide on top. Here's the turn, and the give is to, no, it's a keeper for Pope, and he's running out to the right. And Chase Pope is tackled after a minimal gain. Looks like he got back to the original line of scrimmage, and that will bring up 3rd down and 10. They'll spot it forward and call it 3rd and 9. 7:23 to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Maroon Tide on a Keaton Beeman 24-yard swing pass. Catch and run for a 6. So we'll see if and when Chase Pope turns to the air. Under center, he takes. Turns, play action fake. Looking to throw. Quick swing pass out to the left side. Caught by Brown. Trying to reverse field, and he's stacked up and dropped. Minimal gain on the gain for Micah Brown, the senior, listed as a tight end, but he's really the only one still involved in the receiving game. Brown entering the game today, with 4 receptions for 39 yards and a touchdown. And now it will be 4th down and 9. This is very similar to what we saw in the Fort Chiswell game a few weeks ago, where they became one-dimensional early. They didn't have a single pass completion or a single receiving yard in the game, and the Galax defense was able to really fill the box and prevent any sort of offensive attack through the air. Punt formation for the Blue Devils. Zach Johnson back to receive. He will make the catch inside the 35-yard line, running far side across the 40. Flag comes flying as Johnson spins out of a tackle across midfield and into Blue Devils territory, where he's taken down at the 46-yard line. We'll check the flag. It came back on the Maroon Tide side of the field, on the far side on the return. And by all indication, it's going to be a block in the back. And so this one will come back. Johnson on the season averaging 5.8 yards per return on punts. Just shy of 20 yards a return on kickoffs. And this will be marked back to the Maroon Tide 31-yard line, where they'll start their second drive offensively. Galax had outstanding field position on their first drive when they got the turnover on downs. And now we'll start in their own territory. Denver Brown in the backfield, 3 wide to the near side, and 1 wide out to the far. Ball spotted on the far hash. Pickett takes, looking to throw, under pressure, lofts it down the far sideline, and the pass is broken up. It was a jump ball intended for Johnson, and it was batted away on the play. Hunter Cornett made the pass break up as he was in coverage on the far side, and that will bring up 2nd down and 10. 6 minutes to play opening quarter. Maroon Tide leading at 7-0 on the Keaton Beeman 24-yard touchdown reception. Beeman, the slot receiver near side. 3 wide to the near side, 1 out to the far. Brown, the tailback, as Pickett comes out in pistol. Junior quarterback takes the snap. The give is to Brown, running inside tackle left. Now bounces it to the near side. Sheds 1 tackler at the 30 and dives forward for a minimal gain up across the 32 to about the 33-yard line. And they'll give him the 34. And that will set up 3rd down and manageable, about 3rd and 6, with the clock winding at 5 minutes and 42 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. So the Maroon Tide now facing their first 3rd down situation here today. Brown will come off the field on 3rd down. He's got his helmet off far side. I don't know if that was wrestled off on the tackle or exactly what happened there. 3rd and 6, 1 wide out far side, 1 to the near. Couple men in the backfield for Pickett, who's looking to throw. Fires it out to Grayson in the flat far side, and he's dropped immediately on the play. Nice tackle made by Chase Pope, and the senior comes up from his safety position to make the hit, and that will be well short of the sticks, and it will bring up 4th down. 5 minutes to play here in the opening quarter. And it looks like the Maroon Tide will punt this one away. Ortiz is out to punt, and Pope, who just made that big hit out in the far flat, back to return. He's standing just inside his own 35-yard line. Ortiz gets the waist-high snap. Kick is away, high end over end. Pope waving for the fair catch, and he makes it with his heels on his own 35-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will take over for the 3rd series offensively here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Maroon Tide with 4:36 to play here in quarter number 1. By the way, if you are tuned in looking for Virginia Tech basketball tonight, John Lazer's call will be aired on tape delay tonight, coming up after the conclusion of our game. Pope getting the directions from his head coach, Brett McPherson, far near sideline. Now he's into the huddle. Once again, a jumbo package in the backfield. 3 down running backs, and the give is to Holden Castle running to his right. And he's taken down after a minimal carry. That was Brown making the stop. And Josh Brown able to make the tackle after a gain of about 3. So far, just one pass attempt for the Grayson County offense. Chase Pope completing a short yardage pass to Micah Brown on the last series. Galax has forced a turnover on 4 downs and also a punt. And again, it's not only been the offense this season for the Maroon Tide, which averages 45 points per game, but the defense has held tough as well. Pope once again under center, 3 men in the backfield. He turns and he will give it off up the middle. Some pushing and shoving, and it was Dawson Allen who had the carry, but he was stacked up right about the line of scrimmage. And that will bring up 3rd down and 7 with 3 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here in the opening quarter. 7-0 Maroon Tide, and just to illustrate how the Blue Devils have abandoned the pass, all 11 guys defensively are within the sticks, within the 10 yards from the line of scrimmage. Pope and company break the huddle. And it's a very tight formation. Everyone within about 7 yards left to right. No one spread out wide. Pope gives it off inside, and Dawson running up the middle, and he's tackled for Dawson Allen, and he will have the 1st down. I don't know if that was a direct snap. If it was not, Pope didn't have the ball for very long. Misdirection play, and Allen powers forward, and he's able to move the sticks. First down conversion of the game for the Blue Devils. So they've got it out across the 45 and out to the 46-yard line. They've still yet to get it into Galax territory. 2:40 to play opening quarter. Pope under center, 3 men in the backfield. Here's the snap. The turn and the give is to Castle straight up the middle. And he's dragging a defender forward, and Castle is able to get it out to midfield. That's a gain of 4. Brendan Bryson in there to make the stop, and now there's some pushing and shoving after the play, and a flag comes in, and now a second flag. And my guess is that we're going to have offsetting penalties. Unnecessary roughness against both sides. Ryan Ogle is our official here tonight. And he's chatting things over with 2 men in the officiating crew.
Got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike against the Maroon Tide.
And indeed, it will be offsetting unsportsmanlike conduct penalties.
So they will offset.
And the ball is spotted on the near hash at midfield. 2nd down and 6 upcoming with 2:20 to play in the opening quarter. 7-0 Maroon Tide on top. Pope comes in with the call from the sideline, and he will relay that to his offense. Allen, Castle, repass, all in the backfield behind him. Pope under center. He takes, turns, gives to running back, running to the left. That's Castle, and he spins forward, but he's shy of the 1st down. Up into Galax territory. He'll be marked down at the 47-yard line. So that will bring up 3rd down and 3. Line to gain will be the Galax 44.
It'll bring up 3rd down and a long 2.
Repass started to check out. He'll stay in. And instead, it will be Allen coming off the field to the near sideline. Only pass today, Pope to Brown, came on their last 3rd down on their last series. Pope under center, 3 in the backfield. He takes the snap, turns and gives it inside. That's repass, pushing forward, close to the 1st down. He's across the 45, needed the 44 and a half. And it looks like he just got there And it's awfully close. No signal just yet. It depends on the spot. And it looks like a pretty favorable spot right here for the Blue Devils, awfully close to the line of scrimmage. And now the referee calling time, and he's going to ask for a measurement. Ball situated right in between the 45 and the 44, in between the hash marks. And the chains now being brought across the field from the far side to the middle of the field, with the clock stopped at 52 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Now, one thing that you will have with such a run-heavy offense is a clock that runs an awful lot. And the signal is enough for a first down, but this is a very fast-moving opening quarter, and I think that plays into the Blue Devils' hands because it keeps the Galax offense off the field. So the ball spotted down just beyond the 44, with the Blue Devils moving from left to right. They're wearing their home navy blue uniforms with gold lettering and trim. White pants, Galax all in white, with the crimson numerals and trim and the stripe in the middle of the helmet, number on either side. Pope, the senior quarterback, under center, 3 in the backfield. Pope turns and gives it up the middle. And stacked up and thrown back is Allen, as he was just about able to get the line of scrimmage, nothing more. And again, so far today, we have yet to see Devin Poe, who has 6 touchdowns and leads the Blue Devils offense with 121 carries on the season. Again, he missed last week's game against George Wythe.
10 seconds remaining in the quarter, clock running.
5 seconds left in the opening quarter, and the clock looks like it will wind out. Both teams making their way off the field, and at the end of one, it's the Maroon Tide 7 and Grayson County nothing on a pass completion from Pickett to Beeman. 24 yards for the score, and Galax with the lead after one. Second quarter comes your way after this. You're listening to Galax football on WCGX The Cat.
Probably to my car. It's cool. And I want something to drink. And my money's in my car. I will be 18 in February. No, I'm excited. Less than 100 days. But who's counting? 92 days. I'll be away from my family.
As we get ready to start the second quarter, Blue Devils will have it. Second down and 10 at the Maroon Tide 44-yard line. Allen 21 on the carry. He's hit at the line of scrimmage and moves forward for a yard or so. Looks like Vault on the initial hit. We'll give him a yard on the play. Third down and 9.
Matt Present back with you from the Twin County Tire and Auto broadcast booth. Just underway second quarter. And a first down run for the Blue Devils, netted no gain. It's second down and 10. Actually make it third down and 9. There was one play in the series before the end of the quarter. Now the give is to Castle. Has some room up the middle. No, to keep it for Pope, actually, as he runs to the near side and picks up a couple just shy of the 40-yard line. And now we'll bring up fourth down and about 7. Galax leading it 7-0 after the end of the opening quarter. A 24-yard touchdown throw from Cole Pickett to Keaton Beeman after a 4-and-out. And now with the ball resting just outside the 40, it looks like Grayson County will get set to punt this one away. Pope standing back in punt formation at his own 46-yard line. Zach Johnson set to return it from inside the 10. Punt is away, side spiraling, far shot of the field. This will bounce at the 15 and roll towards the 10, and Johnson will let the Blue Devils touch it down at about the 11-yard line.
Coach Mun's going to be down near the
10 minutes and 31 seconds left to play second quarter as Galax will take over and move from left to right in their visiting white uniforms. Final game of the regular season. And Galax so far on the year 7-1 overall. They're 2-1 away from home and 3-0 in division play. Ball spotted at the far hash. 3 wide to the near side, 1 wide out to the far. And Brown is in the backfield as Pickett comes out in the pistol. Again, Mark Dixon has been so complimentary of Pickett's growth this year as he will go with play action and take a deep shot. Johnson wide open and alone. He makes the catch at the 40, out to midfield, and he's off to the races. 30, 20, 10, 5, touchdown Maroon Tide.
Johnson is good for the touchdown.
That is a 90-yard catch and run, and pending the extra point, it's 13-0 Galax here in the second quarter. A blown coverage by the Blue Devils, and Johnson left alone, and he cashes in on the score. Zach Johnson with his 15th touchdown catch of the year, and it also puts him at the almost 300-yard mark on the season. Or rather, he's over the 600-yard mark on the year.
Ortiz in for the try.
And now Ortiz is on for the extra point to make it a 14-0 game. Ball placed down, the kick is up, and the kick is through. 90-yard touchdown pass. Cole Pickett airing it out, Zach Johnson bringing it down. The ball went 30 yards through the air, and then another 60 yards on the scamper. And the Maroon Tide take a 14-0 lead with 10 minutes and 17 seconds to play before the half. Well, we started to talk about Cole Pickett, and that was a beauty. Yes, it was blown coverage, but he put the ball where it needed to be, led his receiver. And you heard Mark Dixon on our pregame show talking about his maturation, not only in his handle of the offense, his ability to spread the ball around, but also in his audibles, understanding the defense, understanding where his protection needs to be up front. That time he had time to step in, fired it, and with no defenders in the picture, it was all about Johnson just making the catch and holding on, and he took it all the way for 6. So Ortiz has the ball teed up, far hash on the 40. Getting set to kick this one away. It's repass, or rather it's people standing back at his 10-yard line waiting for the return. Kickoff from left to right, high and overhead. And this will bounce inside the 15 and be scooped up at the 10. Far side out to the 15, makes a man miss at the 16 and dives forward to about the 17. Ball is loose. Galax says they have it. Referee coming in, no signal yet. Galax players signaling they have the football, and they do.
Come up with the loose ball.
Galax able to make the recovery. Santana Sawyers picks up the fumble on the kickoff return, and Galax, after a 90-yard touchdown, has it in the red zone on the ensuing drive.
The Maroon Tide will take over first and 10.
So Sawyers scoops up the football. And the Maroon Tide take over, ball spotted at about the 16-yard line, far hash. Pickett in the pistol, Brown behind him. Play action fake, Pickett looking far side, post pattern, and the ball is thrown incomplete. Pope had the coverage, and it was Colton Keeley who was the intended target. Ball a little bit behind him and incomplete. That brings up second down and 10. 10 minutes and 3 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And this is a game in which if Galax can get up 2 or 3 scores like they are, I mean, it's a world of differences. Pickett gives to Brown up the middle, has some running room, churning forward near the first down marker. He needed to get to the 6. He stopped just short at about the 7.5-yard line. But it will be a 3rd and short upcoming. And the reason I say that is because with this running attack for the Blue Devils, they're not a high-octane offense. They're not a big play threat. They're a methodical move-the-ball offense that can ill afford to play from down multiple scores. Whistles blow before the snap. There was a Blue Devil player that looked to be shaken up that made his way off the field, and then it looked like Pickett tried to get up and go quickly, and the referee stopped play. There's another player now making his way off. He lost a shoe, and play was stopped as a result. And now it looks like a timeout will be called. So a timeout has been taken here by Grayson County. 9 minutes and 33 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. And while we have a moment, we'd like to say thank you to all of our sponsors here on the Maroon Tide Sports Network that make our broadcast possible, including Aunt Restaurant, Blue Ridge Tire and Automotive, Chick-fil-A of Mount Airy, City of Galax Tourism Center, Isom Collision and Custom Paint, Twin County Regional Healthcare, Twin County Tire and Automotive, Bojangles, Von Gwyn Funeral Home. Thank you for sponsoring the Maroon Tide Sports Network. Again, Galax leading it 14-0 with 9:33 to play here in the second quarter. They got a turnover on downs on the initial drive of the game and were able to capitalize after getting a first down on a couple of runs from Denver Brown. They turned it into a 24-yard swing pass that went for 6. With Keaton Beeman on the catch and a run. And then Zach Johnson, a couple of drives later, caught a 90-yard pass on broken coverage, and he was able to take it into the end zone. 3rd and 3 now for Galax. Ball spotted at the 9 following the timeout. Pickett takes. He'll give to Brown, running left. Brown slips out of a leg tackle, turns forward. He's close to the first down, and he'll have it. He's able to get it down to about the 5-yard line. So it'll be 1st and goal for the Maroon Tide. And they'll spot it at the 5. Clock rolling, 9:20 to play here in the second quarter. Brown the tailback. Pickett takes, gives to Brown, running left, trying to get to the edge, now cuts inside, has a lot of room and gets in. Touchdown, Denver Brown. A 5-yard scamper. He started out wide, got a couple blockers out in front, Beeman and Bryson leading the way, and Brown able to cut upfield and get in for 6. 20-0 Maroon Tide with 9:08 to play in the second quarter. Coach Dixon on the pregame show talked about the balance being the biggest key for his team, and you saw it there. After a 90-yard touchdown on the last drive through the air, it's Denver Brown on the ground, and Ortiz adds the extra point and puts Galax ahead 21-0 here in the second quarter. Oh, excuse me, he missed it wide of the near post. It looked good from my initial look at it, but they said no good, and it will stay at 20-0 at Maroon Tide. Galax outgaining Grayson County 144 yards to 31, despite holding the ball just for 2 minutes and 44 seconds to Grayson County's 10:59. The big play threat versus the slow, methodical running game, and so far Galax has had the advantage throughout. Ortiz has the ball teed up on his own 40-yard line as he gets set to boot this one away from left to right. Again, it's a chilly evening in Grayson County. 30 degrees at kickoff. It's down to 29 here in Independence, Virginia. Ortiz the run-up. And the boot, high, end-over-end kick. That will send Peoples back inside his 5. He'll make the catch. Start to run it out, far side 10, 15. Angles up towards the middle of the field, and he's met and dropped just beyond the 15-yard line. They'll give him the 16. And that's where the Blue Devils will start on offense with 9:02 to play here in the second quarter. A flag came in on the play. And so we will check with the referee, Ryan Ogle, for his call. He's signaling a personal foul on the return team. Did not see what might have caused that, but it's a costly penalty. It will be half the distance to the goal, and it will be 1st and 10 from the 8-yard line of the Blue Devils. Once again, Galax 7-1 on the season, 3-0 in Mountain Empire play. Grayson County 3-6 and 1-2. Final game of the regular season, and with a win, Galax would lock up the #1 seed in their region and have the road to the state semis go through Galax. Potential of having 3 home games in the regional playoffs. Pope with 3 men in the backfield. He takes. And the give is to Castle running right. And Castle tumbles forward across the 10 and out to about the 11-yard line. A gain of 3 on first down. Flag on the play. It came out far side in the backfield. And another personal foul on the offense.
Against the Blue Devils.
Brett McPherson with his hands stretched out to either side. He can't figure out what the call was. My best guess is it was a chop block. But obviously a tough call to see, especially with how low this offense gets. And by that I mean the offensive line very low to the ground. The running backs in the backfield all with the hand in the ground. And no receivers in the formation. It's all bunched up. And very tough to see at times who has the ball. And it's been an offense that has really evolved throughout the season, and they've tried to play to their strengths by going misdirection running game, as they now will take a timeout. Grayson County using their second of the half with 8 minutes and 43 seconds left to play. But it's amazing to see the identity shift for a team mid-season, but it's been what they've had to do. Holden Castle again started the year at quarterback. He had a completion percentage of just 41%, 2 touchdowns to 4 interceptions. And the Blue Devils felt that there were just too many turnovers and not enough big plays through the air to continue to stay with him at quarterback and continue to stay with that identity. And so they've stacked the backfield and tried to just create a lot of confusion and make it a tough offense to solve. And while they've done that to some degree, it's also an offense that doesn't have the big play threat and right now finds themselves down 3 scores at 20-0 here in the second quarter. Again, Grayson County has run more plays, 16-11. They've held the ball for about 3 times as much as Galax. But the Maroon Tide have been quick to strike. Twice have they started with the ball in opponent territory, and the only time when they scored that they did not, it was a 90-yard touchdown bomb on blown coverage on which Zach Johnson got behind the defense. Second down and 12 after the timeout following the penalty. They give us to Castle running right. No, it's a keeper. Pope stacked up near the goal line, shoved into the end zone, and they will mark him forward at the 2. They'll give him forward progress to the 2-yard line. It was a play-action fake on a rare keeper with Pope looking to throw. He had no time, and he's dropped for a sack. So now it will be 3rd down and 17 from the 2. And Galax right now can send the house. I would not be surprised if they brought just about everyone and dared Chase Pope to throw over the top. Here's the snap. Pope will keep running right, looking for some running room. Not much there, again near the goal line, and he's stacked up for the safety. They take him down in the backfield, and Galax forces the safety. Lee Peoples, who already had 16 tackles for loss coming into the game, gets a big one right there. It's 2 points, and it's 22-0 Maroon Tide with 8:01 to play here in the second quarter. Galax did exactly what I thought they might. Blitzed everyone, and it looked like Chase Pope just tried to take it out wide and get some breathing room to set up a punt. And he did not have the blocking to get to the edge, and he was stood up and dropped in the end zone. And Galax comes away with the safety. So it's 22-0 with 8:01 to play here in the second quarter. And Galax will get the ball back on the free kick after the safety. Galax with 5 first downs, and despite running 6 fewer plays, make it now 7 fewer plays, they have 3 more first downs on offense. Penalties have also hurt the Blue Devils. They had a couple of personal foul penalties that backed them up, one on the kickoff and one on the ensuing first down run. And they started the drive at their 8, and it ended with Pope on his back in the end zone. Jonathan Repass will set up for the free kick here. You can punt this ball, but Repass has it teed up. He'll kick it away the traditional style, even following the safety. Zach Johnson and Denver Brown back to receive just inside their own 35. Now it's a squib kick towards the near sideline, and it's bobbled. Loose ball. Who has it? And it looks like Galax was able to fall on it. Keaton Beeman, after bobbling it initially, was able to get back on top. And so Galax on the scramble, potentially onside kick. Misdirection kickoff to the near side will take over in Grayson County territory at the 42-yard line. So with the offense struggling to move the ball, Brett McPherson tried some trickery on special teams, and it nearly worked. Galax takes over, 1st and 10 at the 42. Ball spotted near a hash. Pistol set. Here's the snap, and the give is to Brown. Running left, inside tackle. Lot of running room up the middle. Across the 30, down to the 20. Angling near side, he's off to the races. 10-5, touchdown Denver Brown. A 42-yard run on 1st down, and it's now 28-0 Maroon Tide. Denver Brown just weaving through the defense. Started far side, broke it all the way back to the near. And on one play, Galax marches it back into the end zone, and they go up 4 scores with 7:45 to play in the 2nd quarter. Denver Brown now with 15 rushing touchdowns on the season and approaching the 1,500-yard mark on the year. Extra point on its way. It is up, and it is good. 29-0 Maroon Tide on top on the 42-yard touchdown run from Denver Brown. And again, it's the big play capability of this offense that strikes again. Brown now with 7 carries for 72 yards and 2 scores. And he's up over 1,400 yards on the season. Cole Pickett, 3 of 5, 114 and 2 touchdowns. Zach Johnson, a 90-yard touchdown reception. Keaton Beeman, 1 for 24 yards and a touch. And everything going right for Galax here tonight. 29-0 with 7:45 to play in the opening quarter, or rather the opening half. Ortiz will kick off from left to right. Jared Hopgood back to receive. He's standing at his 10. Ortiz with the slow run up, and the kick is away. High, end over end, far side. Hopgood will make the catch. Now bobble it at the 8. He'll scoop it back up, running far side 10, across the 15 to the 20, and he's tackled out of bounds at about the 23-yard line.
He crossed the 20 out near the 25-yard line.
So it looks like they'll start there at the 23. No flags this time. And we'll see what the offense has in mind now for the Blue Devils, who have not really been able to move the ball in chunks. 3 yards here, 5 yards there, but nothing that would erase a 29-point deficit in rapid fashion. Would they go back to holding Castle at quarterback to get Pope in as a wide receiver? Doesn't look that way just yet. Pope is under center. He takes the snap, pitch play to Castle, sheds a tackler in the backfield, running left, and down at about the 25-yard line, where he's dropped from behind on a nice tackle by Daniel McKinney, the senior who came into play with 12 tackles for loss, that time making one just beyond the line of scrimmage. And it will bring up 2nd down and 8. Clock rolling inside 7:15 to play 2nd quarter. Again, Galax standing atop the Mountain Empire standings, the only undefeated team at 3-0. George Wythe at 3-1. Everyone else below the 500 mark. Give up the middle. And not much running room there for Allen. He gets a couple, and it will set up 3rd and 6. Ball spotted at the 32-yard line, or 28-yard line, rather. With 6:35 to play here in the 2nd quarter. Blue Devils moving from right to left, dressed in their home navy blue uniforms with gold numerals and trim. White pants, navy blue stripe down either side, and blue helmets. Galax in their visiting whites with crimson lettering and trim. Pope under center. 3 running backs in the backfield and a whistle before the snap.
Flag on the play.
And the referee blows his whistle and a flag came in on the near side. And it will be offside against Galax. I'm surprised that was blown dead. There was no one unevaded to the quarterback. But they will march off the 5 yards. So the ball now spotted at the 33-yard line. Center of the field.
Going to bring up 3rd down and a short 1. Very short.
So 3rd down and 1 with 6 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Might be a quarterback sneak here for Pope. No, it's a turn and a give to Castle. Running to his left, looks to have the first down as he takes it up to about the 35-yard line. Holden Castle, even as a quarterback, was a good runner. On the season, 378 yards and a pair of scores coming into play today. He shared the workload in the backfield. Repass has gotten touches. Allen has gotten touches. Dalton Biggs has been in there as well. Clock continues to roll. 29-0 Galax. 5:30 to play here in the second quarter. Once again, 3 tailbacks behind Pope. Under center he takes. And a misdirection run to the right. There's some running room across the 40. And Hopgood spun forward for a gain of about 5. We'll give him 6 up to the 41.
57 on the tackle.
So they continue to mix different runners in the backfield. Hopgood had been only a receiving option up until today's ball game. 2 receptions for 12 yards. That time got the carry and was able to get to the edge as the clock winds under 5 minutes to play here in the second quarter. Galax leading it 29-0. 186 yards offensively to 37 for Grayson County. Back to throw is Pope, looking deep over the middle, and he overshot his intended target. That was Micah Brown. And he was marked by his opposite Brown, Denver Brown, back in coverage. And the pass incomplete over the middle. And that will bring up 3rd down and 4. Clock stopped now at 4:37 to play here in the second quarter. And I would not be surprised to see Grayson County continue to go to the air a little bit more, not only because of the deficit, but also because Galax is sold out on the run. All 11 defenders are within 8 yards of the line of scrimmage. 3rd and 4, Pope under center. Gives to Castle. Up the middle, not much running room. Stacked up and thrown backwards. And he got maybe a yard or 2 on the play.
Gain of a yard on the play. It's going to bring up 4th down.
Once again, Lee Peoples in there to make the stop.
They'll spot it at the 41-yard line.
So he'll get across the 40 out to the 41, and now it's 4th down and 4. Big decision here for Brett McPherson. You don't want to give Galax the ball back with great field position again, but you can't really afford to punt it away either with your offense struggling to move the football. Again, they've crossed the 50 only once today. Ultimately turned the ball over on downs. 4th and 4. Pope under center. 3 men in the backfield. Ball spotted inside the far hash. And Pope will now duck up from above center and ask for time. And it's the 3rd and final timeout of the half. So Pope, the quarterback, didn't like what he saw. And he wants to get a new play call as he and his team come off to the near sideline. Galax still with all 3 timeouts remaining. Opening half. 29-0 Maroon Tide, with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in the opening quarter. Matt present with you from the Twin County Tire and Automotive broadcast booth at Twin County Tire and Auto. We have all major brands of tires, all makes and models, and top-notch service for your auto needs. Our waiting room is clean, smoke-free with Wi-Fi and vending machines. We offer state-of-the-art force-balanced nitrogen inflation to improve the life of your tires. Winterize your vehicle today. Come by and see us for the best deals in town at 103 Webster Street, across from the police station. Call to schedule an appointment today at 276-236-0007. Again, that's Twin County Tire and Automotive. 29-0 Galax on top with 3 minutes and 37 seconds left to play in the opening half. Galax with a win today will lock up the top spot in the region come playoff time. First playoff matchup scheduled for a week from today at 7 o'clock back at home. Pope under center, 4th and 4 after the timeout. The give is to Castle running right. No, Pope kept it. Spun around in the backfield, broke out of one tackle, but can't get back to the line of scrimmage. And he's dropped just across the 40-yard line. And once again, the Maroon Tide force a turnover on downs. A naked bootleg on 4th down. Pope in no man's land by himself, about 10 yards behind the line of scrimmage. Did slip out of one tackle, but that was all. And he was ultimately unable to get much more than the line of scrimmage, and certainly shy of the first down marker. And with 3 minutes and 31 seconds, Galax has the ball offensively once again in Blue Devil territory. Pickett and the offense out on the field. 3 wide, far side, 1 to the near, ball at the center of the field. Pickett on play action, looking deep, firing it down the near side of the field. It's underthrown, jump ball, and it's intercepted. Pickett underthrew his man. He was looking for Johnson, and Dawson Allen comes up with the interception. So Pickett turns it over. And for Cole Pickett, that's just his 6th interception of the season compared to 25 touchdown throws. He had Johnson, but he undershot him. And so after one play following the turnover on downs, Grayson County gets it right back. Dawson Allen's first interception of the season to go along with a couple of forced fumbles and a fumble recovery on defense. 3 minutes and 23 seconds left to play, second quarter. And the Grayson County offense back on the field. They go from right to left. Ball spotted on the near hash. Pope under center. Takes, turns, and he gives it up the middle. Allen slipped out of one tackle, still on his feet, and he's wrestled down at about the 24-yard line. Biggest burst offensively so far, and Allen getting it done on both sides of the ball. The senior tailback who doubles as a defensive back, able to pick up the first down, which for Grayson County is just their 4th first down of the game. They still do need to go 75 yards in 3 minutes with the clock rolling. Ball spotted at the 24-yard line, first down and 10, ball just inside the near hash. Give inside to Castle, and he's stacked up, not much running room. May have gotten back to right around the line of scrimmage, not much more than that. As the clock continues to move at 2:40 to play here in the second quarter.
No gain on the play, second down and 10.
Stay with us for the Maroon Tide halftime show. We'll give you first half stats, numbers, recap the scoring. And again, take a look at the Mountain Empire standings and what is to come next week when it's playoff time. Again, Galax in all likelihood a #1 seed. They're ahead of Narrows in the rankings. Narrows today facing off with Perry McClure. Here's a run, far side, strung out, dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That's Repass who couldn't turn the corner, and he's dropped for a loss. He's taken down at about the 20-yard line, and now Galax wants time because they might be able to get the ball back and do so in offensive territory. Clock stopped at 1:59, second quarter. And a big loss there on second down sets up, looks to be 3rd and 16. Ball spotted at the 19-yard line. So 3rd down and 15, we'll call it. And Galax talking things over, far side. Well, Mark Dixon on the pregame show expressed sincere concern for this running attack. And so far his defense has been up to the challenge. Despite all the misdirections and moving parts in the backfield, there have been very few plays that have gone for more than just a couple of yards. Grayson County again has 57 yards of total offense, but they've held the ball for 16 and a half minutes here in the first half. Teams back on the field following the timeout. Ball spotted far hash, 3rd and 15. And the give is inside. Allen stacked up around the line of scrimmage. Not much running room. Taken down right about the line of scrimmage. And Galax will use their second timeout. As they look to get the ball back, it will now be 4th down and 15. Ball spotted far hash at the 19-yard line.
Back to the 17-yard line.
Well, it's been a great season for the Maroon Tide. Comes on the heels of a very good 2018 run, where they ultimately lost in the state semis to Chilhowie. This year, their only loss is to Northside out of Roanoke. That was 42-28 back on September the 27th. .153 to play after Galax has used their second timeout of the opening half. 29-0 Maroon Tide on top. And it's 4th down and 16. And it looks like Chase Pope is getting set to punt this one away. Zach Johnson standing just beyond midfield. Again, Johnson this season averaging just shy of 6 yards per return on punts. Pressure comes, and Pope gets it away, angling far sideline, and this will bounce near the sideline and out of bounds at the 45-yard line. So Galax once again will take over in plus territory, and plenty of time with their offense. 1:47 left to play in the first half. 29-0 Maroon Tide on top. Cole Pickett, 3 of 6, 114 through the air. Denver Brown with 7 carries for 72 yards each with 2 touchdowns. The only bad drive was a moment ago. 1 play and an interception as Dawson Allen ripped it away from Zach Johnson. Pickett in shotgun with Brown to his right. 2 wide to the near side, the wide side of the field. Pickett on play action, steps up, pump fakes, now looks to run, tucks it, and he's taken down just beyond the line of scrimmage. A minimal gain on the play.
They'll spot it at the 40.
So he's tackled pretty quickly on the play. Hopgood made the stop.
Second down and 10.
Jared Hopgood came in with 14 tackles, 1 for loss on the season. The senior makes it 2nd down and 10 with the clock rolling at 1:15 to play in the opening half. Pistol set, Pickett takes to give it to Brown running left. Has some room across the 40 and down to about the 38-yard line, I should say. And that will bring up 3rd down and short. About 3rd down and 3, just under a minute to play in the opening half. 29-0 Galax on top. Maroon Tide going quickly. Give us to Brown up the middle, has plenty of running room, 1st down and more. And he tumbles over a man at the 30 and takes it down to about the 27-yard line. Ton of running room and no sign of Galax being unable to adjust following the loss of Isaac Hawks on that defensive front. Again, Hawks, if you missed it earlier, done for the season with the knee injury. Josh Brown has stepped in his place, looking to throw a Pickett over the middle, post pattern, a dive, and it's incomplete. It was Johnson who was down around the 5-yard line, full extension, laid out for it, and could not haul it in when his body hit the ground. That's when the pass got there. And the clock will stop at 31.1 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. 2nd down and 10. Pickett getting the play call from the sideline. Keatley out to the far side, Johnson to the near, with Sawyers and Beeman in the slot. Here's the snap, play action fake. Looking to throw, pressure comes, firing it deep over the middle, it's batted away. That was Brown, the intended target, down near the goal line. He motioned out of the backfield, and the pass a little bit underthrown and batted away. And it brings up 3rd down and 10 with 24.9 showing on the game clock. And the Maroon Tide leading it 29-0 here in the second quarter. So now what's the play call for Mark Dixon? Ortiz this season is 4 for 5 kicking field goals, but he's not made one beyond 39 yards. Right now it would be about a 50-yard attempt. Pickett takes the snap, drops back, looks to throw, lofts it down the far side of the field. Adjustment made, and the catch is made, and it's down right around the 1 yard line. Brendan Bryson on the reception. Clock stopped when they marked the football. 17 seconds to play. The Galax will use their final timeout, it looks like. And so they'll take time with 17 seconds. And first and goal at the 1. One-on-one coverage for Brendan Bryson, the tight end, wheeling out of the backfield. And he's able to go up and get it, falling down on the catch, which makes him down at the 1 yard line. And now Galax will have 17 seconds to punch it in. What touch on that pass from Cole Pickett. Just threw it up, and with the defensive back turned, Bryson was able to adjust, and Brendan Bryson made his 15th reception of the season. He came in with 230 yards and a touchdown, and he just fell short that time, getting it down to the 1 yard line. 17 seconds to go, second quarter. Galax moving from left to right, trying to make it a 5-score advantage before the half. Heatley split out wide to the far side. Ball spotted far hash. Johnson to the near side. Pickett takes it. QB sneak. Pushing forward. He is in. One official far side said short. The other overruled on the near side. He's in. Touchdown Maroon Tide. Brad McPherson can't believe it. As the far side official started to mark the football at the half-yard line, the near side official overruled, and it's 35-0 Maroon Tide with the extra point pending. Ortiz racing on to boot this one away. Heatley is the holder. Here's the snap. Ball placed down. Kick from Ortiz is up, and it is good. And with 8.6 seconds remaining in the second quarter, Galax takes a 36-0 lead over Grayson County. Galax again averaging 45 points this season, and they've outscored their last 3 opponents 152-28. So make it 188 points scored by Galax across their last 3.5 games. Incredible. So Ortiz will kick this one away with 8.6 left to play in the opening half. We'll see if he puts it in the air or if he elects to just squib it. Again, stay with us for the Maroon Tide halftime show coming your way. We'll break down the first half numbers, full scoring recap, keys to the second half, and give you the standings in the Mountain Empire. Kickoff left to right, high end over end. Hopgood will let this bounce at the 10, pick it up at the 5, angling inside the numbers, and now spun down at about the 20-yard line. Clock will stop with 2 seconds to play in the first half. And I would guess deep in their own end that Grayson County will just take one more knee and go into the locker room. Again, it's 36-0 Galax on top with 1.9 showing on the clock. The defense has set the tone for Galax. Grayson County's not been able to move the ball. The offense has taken over in a very favorable scoring position. And Pope will indeed drop to a knee. And that will bring us to the end of the opening half. 36-0, Maroon Tide on top. Halftime show comes your way next. You're listening to Galax football on WCGX The Cat.
While you came. We got out tonight. Tomorrow, give me a hug.
Matt President back with you from Grayson County here at the half. It's 36-0. Galax on top. Halftime show is presented by the City of Galax Tourism. Some of the most enjoyable activities you can experience in Galax: a drive down quiet mountain roads, eating delicious foods, or taking in old-time mountains and bluegrass music. A glimpse into the culture and history of our small city is one of the many simple pleasures that can be enjoyed in Galax. To learn more about things to do, places to eat, and events up and coming, go to visitgalax.com. That's visitgalax.com. You can also stop by the Visitor Center at 110 East Grayson Street. We'd love to have you. The Tourism Center wishes the best of luck to Maroon Tide Sports. Roll Tide! Again, Matt President back with you here on the halftime show. 36-0. Galax on top after one half of play, as we run down the scoring recap in this one. And it all started with the Galax defense forcing a 4-and-out in the opening quarter. That set up Cole Pickett in plus territory, and after a couple of Denver Brown rushes for first downs, Pickett was able to find Keaton Beeman out in the flat far side. He made the catch, shedded some tacklers, and raced all the way into the end zone. A 24-yard catch and run to put the Maroon Tide ahead 7-0 in the opening quarter. Galax offense continued to get the ball in favorable spots and continued to cash in. Early in the second quarter, Cole Pickett went deep. Zach Johnson got open. Some blown coverage on the backside resulted in a 90-yard catch and run for a touchdown to put Galax ahead 14-0. They then got the ball back after a turnover and downs once again in Grayson County territory. With 9:08 to play in the second quarter, Denver Brown ran it in from 5 yards out. His first of two first-half touchdowns made it 20-0, as Ortiz that time missing the extra point. So Chase Pope then was backed up on his own end. It followed a couple of penalties, both called for unnecessary roughness. One on the kickoff return, and then one on first down. Again, presumably chop blocks, but nothing after the play, nothing that appeared to be egregious or notable from my point of view. But it backed up Grayson County all the way to their 8-yard line, and after a loss on a couple of plays, it backed them all the way up to their own 2. And that's when Chase Pope was sacked on the play. It went for a safety. Lee Peoples credited on the tackle. That made it 22-0 Galax in the second quarter. Denver Brown then, when Galax took over on their ensuing drive, busted one wide open, a 42-yard scamper as he started out wide, and then was able to cut it back to the near side. And so he was able to run it in from 42 yards out and make it 29-0 Galax. And they were able to then cap off the first half on a Cole Pickett quarterback sneak for a touchdown. And with the point after from Eduardo Ortiz, it gets us to where we are here at the half. 36-0 Maroon Tide on top. We'll take a break, come back with some team stats, then look at individual numbers as we continue on the halftime show. You're listening to Galax Football on WCGX, The Cat. President back Matt Present back with you here at halftime. Galax leading it 36-0 over Grayson County, final game of the regular season, as Galax looks to lock up the #1 seed come playoff time and secure home field advantage, which would guarantee them up to 3 home games in the playoffs. Looking at the team stats in the opening half, Galax, well, somewhat misleading. If you look at certain ones like time of possession, 5 minutes and 38 seconds, total plays run, 9 fewer. But that's because of the boom offense. I wouldn't even call it boom or bust because there's only been 1 negative play, the interception on the deep ball. This offense is big plays, and it is effective. And Galax has racked up 231 yards of offense, 140 through the air. And that goes along with, 140 on the ground along with 91 through the air. They've got 9 first downs, 6 rushing, 3 passing, 3 of 4 on third down conversions, 3 penalties for 15 yards and 1 sack. Grayson County, 29 plays on offense, 50 total yards. They've held the ball for 18 minutes and 4 seconds, but in terms of yards per play, it's been just under 2 yards per play in the half. 50 yards on the ground. They've converted 2 of 3 passes, but no yards through the air. 1 turnover. It was an turnover on downs. They also had the fumble takeaway on the kickoff, and they have gone 3 of 10 on third down conversions, 0 of 2 on fourth down, and committed 3 penalties for 30 yards, and they were very costly for Grayson County. Again, it's the Maroon Tide 36, the Blue Devils nothing at the half. Halftime show continues right after this. You're listening to Maroon Tide football on WCGX, The Cat. Matt Present back with you from Grayson County at Bill Strong Field. 36-0 Maroon Tide lead it here at the half. Halftime individual stats brought to you by Isom Collision and Custom Paint. Isom Collision and Custom Paint is your hometown specialist for collision repair and custom paint projects. Isom Collision is located 1 mile from I-77 between Jeff Johnson Chevy and Horizon Rental. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 276-728-4330 to schedule an appointment today. That's 276-728-4330. Isom Collision and Custom Paint, supporting the Tide Pride. They also would like to know they have free estimates on all of their custom collision and paint care jobs. First half numbers looked like this. Cole Pickett, 4 completions out of 9 attempts, 140 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 1 interception. He's also picked up a rushing yard and a touchdown on that QB sneak right before halftime. Denver Brown, 9 rushes for 90 yards. That's an average of 10 per carry. 2 touchdowns in the opening half, including a 42-yard touchdown run. Zach Johnson leads the receiving corps, 1 catch, but it was a big one. It was 30 yards in the air and then another 60 on the run. A 90-yard touchdown catch, his only reception of the opening half. Brendan Bryson with 2 catches in the opening half, 26 yards, each one a gain of 13. Keaton Beeman, 1 reception for 24 yards in the opening half. It went for a touchdown. Denver Brown, Colton Keatley each targeted, but neither caught a pass in the opening half. Defensive numbers look like this. Riley Joe Vaught with 5 tackles, 1 solo, 8 assisted in the opening half. Santana Sawyers with 5 tackles, 2 solo, 6 assists, including that sack and a tackle for a loss. We should also note the safety credited to Lee Peoples, who had a couple of tackles and 4 assists in the opening half. Denver Brown, Brendan Bryson, Daniel McKinney, all with 3 tackles in the first half of play. Eduardo Ortiz, 4 extra points out of 5 attempts in the opening half. He's been good on kickoffs, and Zach Johnson has returned a couple of punts. Once again, your score at the break, it's Galax 36 and Grayson County nothing. When we come back, we'll take a look at the standings and set you up for the second half. Once again, it's the final game of the regular season, and Galax with a win today would secure home field advantage in the playoffs. They lead at 36-0 at halftime. And one reminder for you, if you're looking for Virginia Tech basketball, that will air in its entirety following the conclusion of Galax football here this evening. Once again, 36-0 at the half. Back with the second half kickoff coming up shortly. You're listening to Galax football on WCGX, The Cat.
I'll be gone by the time you get it.
It's still about 2 foot above it. Yeah. You got to keep those windows open, because if you trying to look out, you get a glare and you can't see. Hard enough seeing it anyway. Walk the building, you know.
Matt President back with you here at halftime. 36-0 Maroon Tide lead at final game of the regular season. Playoffs come your way beginning next week. And presumably with the win today, Galax would host. They would host next Friday at 7 o'clock back at home. And then the following Friday, that would be the 22nd of November. And then the regional championship, if it's hosted by Galax, if they continue to win and advance, it would be played on November the 30th. A 2 o'clock kickoff at Galax. Once again, 36-0, the halftime advantage. As we welcome you back to the Twin County Tire and Automotive broadcast booth, Matt President with you here on the Maroon Tide Sports Network. At Twin County Tire and Auto, we have major brands of tires for all makes and models, and a top-notch service department to have all your automotive needs met. Our waiting room is clean, smoke-free with Wi-Fi and vending machines. We offer state-of-the-art road force balance and nitrogen inflation to improve the life of your tires. Winterize your vehicle today. Call to schedule an appointment at 276-236-0007. Again, they're located at 103 Webster Street across from the police station. Once again, looking at the Mountain Empire standings entering play here today, and Galax the only undefeated team in divisional play. They're 3-0 on the season, 7-1 overall. George Wythe in second place. They're 6-2 on the year, 3-1 in division play. Grayson County on the other side here today, 3-6 overall, 1-2 in division action. Fort Chiswell 1-3 in a Mountain Empire play. They're 4-6 on the season, and Auburn 5-5 overall, 1-3 in Mountain Empire play. Again, players starting to get back on the field, stretch things out as we get set for the second half. It was a very run-heavy first half for Grayson County. That's become their identity down the stretch. If you're just joining us, Holden Castle was their quarterback for the first half of the season, but with a completion percentage around 40%. Head coach Brett McPherson decided to switch things up. They turned to Chase Pope, the senior wide receiver. He's come in. He's handled things under center, and it's been primarily with a misdirection, triple-headed running attack in the backfield to try to spread things out, get a defense confused, off balance, and that really has been something that's worked for Grayson County as of late, but that's not been the case here today. They're averaging just about 2 yards per play, and they really have not gotten the ball in plus territory past about the 40-yard line. Their starting field position has not been very good, and as a result, Galax has been able to capitalize not only in field position, but also by scoring quickly on their big plays. They've put Grayson County behind the 8 ball, and we'll see what Grayson County comes out with here in the second half, because as I mentioned, down the stretch in that initial period, they're not a big play threat. They're not a team that can move the ball quickly down the field. They're a team that wants to eat clock and slowly chip away and wear down a defense, and that's not happened so far today. So how can they overcome a 36-point deficit? Well, I would think they'd have to turn to the air and potentially re-enter Holden Castle in there at quarterback. We'll see what Brett McPherson has in mind. Meanwhile, for Galax, the biggest concern for head coach Mark Dixon was to be able to run the ball against a very physical Grayson County front. Well, Galax has been able to stay balanced, stay with their identity of mixing the run with the pass, and again, continuing to use those big plays. And again, no disrespect to Isaac Hawks. I know his absence is felt by his team, and they would love to have him out there, and we wish him a speedy recovery, but to have an offensive line which he has helped to anchor, and we've talked about his experience in the veteran group up front, well, to have a guy like him go down and to not miss a beat, awfully impressive among the offensive line, and credit Josh Brown and company for stepping in and stepping up in the absence of Isaac Hawks. Also want to recognize Caleb Sperlin, who Coach mentioned in the pregame show. If you're just joining us, Sperlin, one of the greatest players in Galax history, drew Coach's attention this week, and that's in part due to the focus he got from Appalachian State. He's now playing with the Mountaineers, and a guy who was once considered to be undersized, not really thought of as having a bright college future, now is on the Mountaineers roster, and, well, he'll suit up tomorrow night as Appalachian State takes on an SEC foe in South Carolina tomorrow afternoon. Getting you set for second half action here at Grayson County. We're at Bill Strong Field, and again, it's a 36-0 Maroon Tide lead here at halftime. Galax, again, this season has just one loss on the year that came midway through the season. It was right before the bye week and right before divisional play began, and Coach Dixon said at the time, he was very candid in saying, you know, early in the season, it's about getting our footing, figuring out who we are, developing the chemistry, and as much as you want to win every game, those games didn't matter. It's the games in division that do more than any, and Galax against their divisional opponents have been just so good this season. Again, we gave you that note in the early going that over the last 3 games, they'd outscored opponents 152-28. Well, if you add on another 36 points today, that means that over the course of the last 3.5 games, it's been 188-28 in terms of their margin against their opposition. So come crunch time, come these games against conference opponents, they've really risen to the occasion, and they have been dominant so far in divisional play. And they continue to quite possibly play their best football wrapping up the regular season. Teams making their way back on the field, getting set for the second half kickoff. Galax will receive the second half kickoff. Grayson County won the coin toss, and they elected to receive the opening kick. They went 4 and out on their opening series, and so they will kick it off to Galax beginning half number 2. Grayson County now making their way out on the field. Ball teed up on the left side of the field. They'll kick it from left to right. Jonathan Repass will kick this one away. Zach Johnson and Denver Brown standing back at about the 15-yard line awaiting the return. Repass has it lined up. Standing back inside his 30. Here is the run-up. And the second half is underway. Squib kick near sideline. Angled. Grayson will catch it over the shoulder at the 30. Start up field, angling towards the numbers at the 40. Bounce off one tackler, and he makes it up to about the 41-yard line. And so a squib kick, an angled kick caught over the shoulder by Brendan Bryson gives Galax good field position to begin the opening series of the second half. With a 35-point advantage, it's 36-0. We'll have a running clock here to begin the second half. And Galax will take over with the ball spotted at the near hash. Two wide split out to the far side, one to the near. Keaton Beeman is the tailback, just to the right of Pickett in shotgun. He takes the chest-high snap, looking to throw. Fires it over the middle. Catch is made by Bryson inside the hash, and he's taken down into Grayson County territory. He's down to the 40-yard line, and that's a 20-yard completion and a fresh set of downs. So Galax quickly into plus territory as they get it down to the 40. Ball just inside the near hash. Maroon Tide moving from right to left to begin the second half. Just under 11 minutes to play, third quarter. Pickett in shotgun, Beeman to his left. Tight formation, two bunch to the far side. Here's the snap, play action fake. Pickett looking far side, backing up, steps in, fires it downfield. Catch is made by Johnson. He's inside the 20, uncovered to the 10, 5, touchdown Maroon Tide. Zach Johnson with another big time catch and run as he came all the way across the field from the far side to the near. Pickett bought time, found his man, and it's a 40-yard hookup, and it's a 42-0 Maroon Tide lead with 10 minutes and 25 seconds left to play in the third. Cole Pickett's third touchdown of the game, second time finding Zach Johnson, who hauls in touchdown reception number 16 on the year. And here's Ortiz for the point after. Here's the snap. It's high, placed down nicely by Keeley, and the kick is up and through. And it's a 43-0 lead for the Maroon Tide as the clock now winds under 10 minutes to play in the second half, or in the third quarter rather. Quick strike to Zach Johnson, Cole Pickett's 26th touchdown throw of the season, and the junior able to buy time, step in, and he stood in with the blitz coming, and he was able to find his man for 6. So Galax scores on their opening series to begin the second half. And they pile it on, and now they will kick it away. Ortiz has it set to be teed up at his own 40 along the near hash. And again, it's the big-time threat that has been the biggest impact all season long for the Maroon Tide. Not often is it a long, methodical drive. It's oftentimes just a couple of plays and a quick strike. And Johnson again left uncovered. Ortiz with the run-up. Stutters and puts it in the air. Angling to the near sideline, bounces at the 10. Scooped up and around the 5. And run out across the 15 and taken down at about the 16-yard line. Ball's out again. Galax looks like they might have hopped on it. Battle for it. They're pointing their way, and Galax recovers. Second time today they've scooped up a kickoff fumble, and Galax will start with it in the red zone again. Keaton Beeman there to scoop it up. And another turnover for the Maroon Tide. They'll spot it at the 17-yard line, and the offense right back on the field with the clock rolling down to 8:10 to play third quarter.
And he has donated it back to the girls basketball team. Congratulations and thank you.
Two wide to either side now. Colby Barnes now in the formation for the first time today on offense. Pistol set. Pickett takes. Turns, gives to Beeman. Straight up the gut. Inside the 10. Dragging defenders inside the 5 and taken down at the 3. It'll be first and goal. That's a gain of 14 on first down. And once again, the Maroon Tide knocking on the door and knocking on the 50-point mark again. Galax has eclipsed that multiple times so far this season. They have a chance to get there here again if they can cap off this drive at 43-0 with 7:22 to play in the third. Shotgun formation for Pickett. Two tight ends in the formation. And now Barnes will split out into the slot left. Ball centered on the near hash. Here's the snap, play action fake, looking to throw, fires it out far side. Johnson with the catch, and he's into the end zone, a touchdown. Able to get just enough cushion, a quick out route, and Johnson with the catch, and he takes it in. Third touchdown of the game for Zach Johnson, and it's now 49-0 Maroon Tide. Zach Johnson, the junior transfer, has been enormous for Galax this season. He's got 17 touchdowns out of the 27 total thrown this season for Cole Pickett. And here comes the extra point. It will be Javier Gallardo
Gallardo in for the try.
Here's the snap, ball placed down, the kick is on its way, and the kick is good. I don't know if it was partially blocked, it just crept over the upright, but it got its way through, and it's 50 points on the board for the Maroon Tide, and a 50-0 lead with 6:14 remaining in the contest. Galax beat Fort Chiswell 52-0 back early October, 55-14. Their last game, a victory over Auburn. They beat Rural Retreat 51-14 and 51-25 over Martinsville back on the 6th of September. And a team that averages 45 points a game is already over 50 as we're midway through quarter number 3. What an explosive offense this Galax team has. And on paper, with all those wide receivers who were seniors last year, Matt Lundy, Josh Sperlin, Kate Ashworth, among others, Landon Dixon, you got the sense that maybe this passing offense wouldn't be as dynamic a year later. Well, it really has, and a lot of that has to do with the play of Johnson, who on that last touchdown catch really didn't do much of anything, just got enough cushion and made a quick move to the outside. Kick is away by Ortiz. It's a low line drive, scooped up on one bounce at the 30 and taken out across the 35 and out to the 37. It was Grayson Jordan on the return.
First and 10.
So we'll finally get to see the Grayson County offense here in the second half. Galax received the second half kickoff, and then not only did they score on their opening drive, they recovered a fumble on the ensuing kickoff and punched it in again. So first play offensively for the Blue Devils. Turn and the give is to Castle, running to his left, cuts it upfield, and he'll get a gain of about 4 or 5 across the 40 and out to about the 44-yard line. So a solid run by Castle on first down as they continue to stick with that three-headed running game in the backfield. 4 minutes to play here in the third quarter. It's been all Galax. They've got 50 points on the scoreboard, and they're shutting out Grayson County. Pope under center takes, and he will keep it on the option, running to the near side, strung out and dropped, and he'll lose a couple of yards on the play as he's taken down at about the 42-yard line. Good sideline-to-sideline pursuit by the Maroon Tide as they get there to drag him down. And it will be a loss of 2 and set up third down and 7.
It will be a loss of a yard on the play to bring up third down and 6.
Galax continues to be very good defensively. That team speed on defense is really what sets this group apart. And again, they've been able to play all 11 guys in the box. Right now, it's largely a reserve group on the field and a whistle at the snap. It looked like Galax may have been lined up offsides. They were. So that will turn a 3rd and 7 into a 3rd and 2, with the clock continuing to run with the 50-point advantage on the scoreboard.
It's going to bring up third down and 2.
So the ball will be spotted at the 46-yard line. It's a very short 2 based on where they have it spotted. Maybe closer to a yard. Pope and company break the huddle. 3 running backs in the backfield. Here's the snap. And the give is to Castle, running left, and he has the first down, spinning it up to midfield and into Galax territory. He's taken down at the 49-yard line. So holding Castle on the carry. And he's able to move the sticks. A fresh set of downs for Grayson County. Castle with 30 yards rushing now in the contest. Dawson Allen has 26. Jacob Hobgood with 5. Chase Pope yet to run the ball from the quarterback spot. He turns and gives it to Hobgood, running near side, and he's stacked up and taken down right behind the line of scrimmage, back at midfield. Stop that time made by Josh Brown, who again today has done a really nice job filling in on the offensive line. He's also filling in on the defensive line as he's stepping in for the injured Isaac Hawks. And he's able to beat Hobgood to the spot near side and drop him at midfield. Minute 30 to play, third quarter. 50-0, Galax on top. Grayson County moving from left to right. Ball spotted just inside the near hash. Here's the give. It's inside. Allen pushing forward. Has a little bit of running room, but not much more. Got a couple of yards. And he'll set up about 3rd and 9. Galax will bring a little bit more speed onto the field here on 3rd down. Trenton Church. Ian Ashworth sub in. Colby Adams comes off the field defensively. A big body who was in there to start the second half in the middle of that defensive front. 37 seconds to play, third quarter as the clock continues to wind. Chase Pope, the senior, under center. 3 in the backfield. He takes the snap. And he'll give the Castle straight up the middle. A lot of running room across the 40 and down to the 30. And it looked like he might break away, but a nice tackle made by Nolan Lawrence to save a touchdown. Biggest play of the game offensively for Grayson County. 14 seconds remaining, and it looks like that will take us to the end of the third quarter. Nice play there by the Galax defense and Lawrence to get back in the play. The sophomore safety able to make the tackle around the waist. And that indeed will take us to the end of the third quarter. Galax 50, Grayson County nothing. Final quarter of action on the other side of this timeout. You're listening to Galax football on WCGX The Cat.
Again, the fourth quarter, Blue Devils will have it 1st and 10 at the Maroon Tide 29-yard line. Pope's pass intended for Brown is incomplete. That'll bring up 2nd down 10.
Well, it seemed like only a matter of time before Chase Pope would let one go through the air. He just did to start the fourth quarter. Had Micah Brown on what looked to be a touchdown, and Brown could not hang on. And now it brings up 2nd down and 10. 50-0 Galax, 11:16 to play, final quarter. And here's a running play strung out near side. Not much running room there. It was Pope on the keeper. He's only kept the ball a couple of times today, has not been able to pick up much of anything on the ground, and once taken down in the end zone for a safety. 7 touchdowns, a safety, and a missed extra point, accounting for the scoring today for the Maroon Tide offense. As we continue to wind down here in the fourth quarter, final game of the regular season. Grayson County moving right to left. To late give on the handoff. Castle running left, taken down at about the 27-yard line. That's a short pickup, maybe a yard or two. And it will bring up 4th down and 7.
Pick up of a couple on the play to bring up 4th down.
So far in the ball game on 4th down, Grayson County is 0 of 2. They're 5 of 13 on 3rd down. Galax on 3rd down, 3 of 4. They've not yet gotten in a 4th down situation. So Pope threw on the first play of this drive. We'll see if he goes to the air again. 3 men in the backfield. All with the hand on the ground, the turn, play action fake. Pope airing it out deep down the near sideline. Pass is incomplete. Diving attempt, and tough to see who it was. Blocked a little bit by the band. And it looks like it was intended again for Brown. Big tight end out of the backfield. And Brown unable to come up with it. Had to kind of go into a half dive down towards the near pylon. He made the attempt at about the 5-yard line, so he'll check out, a little bit slow to get up, and Joe White will check in his spot. But it is a turnover on downs, and Galax will take over at their own 26-yard line with just over 9 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. Again, the Maroon Tide leading it 50-0. Did he catch that?
Flag on the play. Looks like an offside against.
There was a personal foul. I missed the penalty, so it's still, the ball is still with Grayson County. We haven't gotten to this part of the field yet, and the band is standing up, and it's a little bit tough to see. So Grayson County still has the football. I beg your pardon. They have it at the Galax 13-yard line with 8 minutes and 35 seconds to play. And after an offsides penalty, it's now 1st and 5. Here's the snap. Pope rolling right, or the handoff rather left, and not much running room. Down to about the 3-yard line. So for the first time today, Grayson County knocking on the door, trying to break up the shutout. They still can get a first down. They need a yard. Ball spotted at the 3 on the near hash. 3 men in the backfield. Pope under center. He takes. Gives it to Castle, running right. Stacked up, drop. Ball pops free in the end zone. What's the signal? I think Galax popped it free before he crossed the plane. And the Maroon Tide come up with it. That's their 3rd fumble recovery of the ball game. Tough to see who made the collision, but it was a big hit. Helmet on football, and the ball popped up in the air, and it was recovered in the end zone for a touchback. And the shutout remains intact. Great play by the Maroon Tide defense. And right when it looked like Grayson County might finally get into the end zone, they come up a half a yard short and lose the football. Looked like it may have been Nolan Lawrence, number 18, who made the hit. He made a nice play a few moments ago. Now the handoff for Galax up the middle. And it goes for a couple of yards, with the running now being done by Isaac Thompson, the sophomore running back. His first carry of the ball game. We've yet to see Tristan Peckron today. He's usually also in the mix in the second half. 6:26 to play, fourth quarter. 50-0 Galax, and the give again to Thompson. Has some running room, sheds a tackle across the 30, up to the 35-40, angling near sideline up to the 45, and shoved out of bounds. So a gain of 23 on the carry as Thompson gets it up towards midfield, and Galax able to move the sticks. Referees huddled up. I did not see a flag initially, but there was one. And this one's going to come back. A holding called against the Galax offense. So that will wipe away a nice carry for Isaac Thompson, who comes into play today with 32 carries for 197 yards and a touchdown on the season. But the holding occurred past the original line of scrimmage. It was downfield, so the ball would be backed up just inside the 30, spotted at the 28. So it's now 2nd down and 2. Pickett in the pistol. Sawyer's the motion man from the slot on the far side towards the formation. Here's the turn and the give to Thompson. Shakes to his left, inside tackle run, and looks to have enough for the first down across the 30 and out to the 31-yard line. So Thompson moves the sticks. Doesn't quite get what he had on that previous carry, but he does pick up a fresh set of downs. Under 5 minutes to play now, fourth quarter. Pickett in the pistol with Thompson behind him in the backfield. Johnson near side. Here's the turn and the give to Thompson, running inside guard on the left side up the middle. And just shy of the 40-yard line, a gain of about 6. Taken down at the 38. So the Galax offense continues to rack up positive yardage. 27 plays for 334 yards today. Meanwhile, 41 plays for 88 yards, just over 2 yards per play for Grayson County. Clock continues to wind, nearing the 4-minute mark in the ballgame. Pickett with one wide to either side. He's in the pistol, and he turns and gives it to Thompson. He's running right across the 40 and taken down from behind. Big hit put on behind him. That's Joe White who made the hit. But Thompson, before the hit, able to get close to the first down marker. He came up a little bit short. It looks like he needs another half a yard, maybe a yard, as they spot the ball just across the 40-yard line. It will be 3rd down and 1. Pickett in the pistol, motioning Thompson behind him. He has one to either side. He takes the snap, turns and actually gives it. It's not Thompson, but it is number 18. That's Lawrence who gets the carry, running to the left, and he'll have enough for the first down. First time we've seen Lawrence in the backfield, and again, it does not appear that Tristan Peckron is playing here today. So Lawrence, who's made a couple of big tackles defensively, that time able to get the carry in, he remains in the ball game. Sawyer's out to the far side, 2 wide out to the far side. The wide side of the field is the near with Johnson. Pistol set, here's the snap, and the give is to Lawrence again, running to the near side. Has some good running room across midfield, down to the 40. One man to beat, wrestling him down, and then the second defender comes and lays some wood on him all the way down inside the 20-yard line. The second hit was a much bigger hit, and it was put on there by Caden Peoples, who came up to make the hit. 2.5 minutes to play in regulation. Galax leading it 50-0. Offense continues to march from left to right. Now the Galax offense will not quite huddle up, but come together a little bit. A spread offense, no huddling, just signals from the sideline. Pistol set, 1 wide to either side. Ball in the near hash, spotted at the 17. Pickett on the option will keep it, running up the middle. Not much running room, and he's taken down right about the line of scrimmage. Peyton Isom with the hit, as we've made our way down under the 2-minute mark here in regulation. They'll give him a yard on the play. 2nd down and 9 upcoming, with 1:45 to play in the game. Galax led it 7-0 after the first quarter. 29-point second quarter, 14 more in the third. And a chance to put the exclamation point on here in the fourth. Here's the handoff, running to the right side. Once again, it's Lawrence, has some running room, down to the 5, diving towards the goal line. He is in. Touchdown, Maroon Tide. Lawrence with the touchdown run. There is a flag on the play, and it's back near the original line of scrimmage in the backfield. The touchdown will count, and it will be an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty against the Maroon Tide, which I'm assuming will be accepted on the kickoff. That's if we get there. The clock's still running. Now down to about 50 seconds to play in regulation. 56-0 Maroon Tide on top. So now they're on for the extra point. Gallardo will once again attempt the point after, and the clock continuing to roll, so there might not be a kickoff after all. Here's the snap. Ball is placed down. Gallardo the kick, and it is good. So Gallardo adds point number 57 on the night. And there is a flag on the play. So time will run off, and there's a personal foul called against the defense. So my guess is that this was something to do with them leaping over the snapper. So now it will be offsetting penalties on the kickoff. They did stop the clock at 13 seconds. And now the referee, again, Ryan Ogle tonight, our official, trying to sort things out. Again, it should be offsetting penalties because of the unsportsmanlike on the touchdown, followed by the personal foul on the extra point.
That'll be offsetting penalties, so the Maroon Tide will be kicking off.
So the clock stopped here at 13 seconds following the penalty. And Galax will kick it away one final time, as they look to cap off an 8-1 regular season and a #1 seed entering the playoffs next Friday. Ortiz in to kick it off. Galax will kick from left to right. 57-0. I believe this will be their largest margin of victory all season. Ortiz teeing it up far side. And in fact, it will not only be their largest margin of victory, but their most points scored in a game all year. 13 seconds to go. Here's the run up by Ortiz. And it's a squib kick down the middle. Scooped up at the 30. And on the return, it's out to the 35 and up to the 40. Still on his feet is the up man for Grayson County. And the game will end with him taking it up to about the 45-yard line. Clock will run out, and Galax comes away with their most commanding victory of the season, 57-0 over Grayson County, as the Maroon Tide lock up the #1 seed in the region and a home field in the playoffs. They'll host next Friday. We'll tell you more about it on the post-game show. It comes your way next. 57-0 is the final as Galax caps the regular season 8-1 and 4-0 in Mountain Empire play. Post-game show comes your way next. You're listening to Galax football on WCGX, The Cat. 57-0 is the final tonight from Grayson County High School here at Bill Strong Field. Galax caps their regular season in commanding fashion as they finish the year at 8-1 overall and 4-1 in division play. Matt Present back with you on the post-game show. It's time to recap this one, full scoring recap, and it's brought to you by Isom Collision and Custom Paint. And Isom Collision and Custom Paint, they're your hometown specialist for collision repair and custom paint projects. Isom Collision is located 1 mile from I-77 between Jeff Johnson Chevrolet and Horizon Rental. Open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Call them at 276-728-4330 to schedule an appointment today. That's 276-728-4330 for Isom Collision and Custom Paint, supporting the Tide Pride. Well, Galax opened the game on defense as Grayson County won the opening coin toss, and they elected to receive. They went 4 and out on offense, turning the ball over on 4th down and setting up the Galax offense with good field position. Denver Brown would get the first couple of carries, pick up a first down, and push the offense just outside the red zone at the 24-yard line. That's when Cole Pickett went to the air for the first time today. A swing pass into the far flat to Keaton Beeman, and that led to a catch and run of 24 yards all the way into the end zone as Beeman scored the first touchdown of the game and put Galax ahead 7-0 in the opening quarter. Galax would score the only points of the first quarter. We would head to the second, and once again Galax would take over in favorable field position on their first drive of the their second drive of the game rather. It came back in the first quarter, but it would end in a punt. Cole Pickett started the second quarter with the football, and he started the only drive in his own end, deep in his own end, as Galax started at their own 10-yard line. But it wouldn't matter a whole lot because he would connect on a deep ball to Zach Johnson, which went for a 90-yard catch and run all the way to the end zone. Johnson with his first of 3 receiving touchdowns in the ballgame, and made it 14-0 Maroon Tide. Later in the quarter, after a fumble on the kickoff return, Denver Brown would punch it in from 5 yards.